Again, this is a stress relief session. It's the opportunity to call in and get off the chest. Things I would like to talk about. But when we get our first caller, that'll nix everything that I got to say. And dive right into it. I appreciate you guys for being here. 14-2 was amazing. 0-1 in the playoffs. So, 14-2 was amazing. 0-1 in the playoffs suck. Big time. Big time, big time, big time. So, the phone line is already open. Anything. The number is 605 472 5400. Access code 918 That being said, and we don't have to talk about this Ravens game. If you want to call in and go straight to draft stuff, which I see a few people putting that in the chat box, you go right into it. What I do is until we get a call, I'll see if I can address this chat box, and then I'll start on my little spiel that I have written up. Nah, is that better? I think I got it now. Dark in the back. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. I cut it. Why he's so angry? That's funny. That's funny. Nah. We good. I think I finally got it. Finally got it. Finally got it. Finally got it. We need to draft tonight. Q, you ready for 2020 season already, huh, bro? That's good though. That's good. I like that energy. I like that energy. I think we good now. Let me get a thumbs up if we good. Q, are we good? Check me out. Mic check, mic check. Okay, I think we're good now. So let me start my spiel over again. I said that I have a few things I want to talk about, but the phone lines are open. So as soon as we get a phone call, we can go into that, or I can talk about, the little things I have to talk about, and then we'll get into the chat box. So, and the phone line is not just for what happened Saturday night. The phone line can be draft stuff. Phone line can be for anything you guys want to talk about. I just want to, get all this out and release and get all these emotions out so we can move on to the 2020 season. That's what tonight is about. I'm not gonna go. I think I got one more video to do about last week, but I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna emphasize the 14-2 in the regular season instead of the 0-1 in the postseason. So I'm gonna try to stay as positive as possible without bleeding into other stuff. So that's the deal. I'm gonna try to stay as positive as possible without bleeding into other stuff. So let's check the chat box first. Let's see if I can answer some of these questions in the chat box, and then we'll go into our spiel. Remember, the phone lines are open. I put the number in the chat earlier. It's 605-472-5400. The access code 918-914. Anytime you want to call in, go ahead. Feel free to do so. We try to get this done in about an hour. So Rob Smoke asked, I know we're releasing stress, but I have a question. Do you think Terrell Lewis from Bama will be the Ravens pickup in the draft? He's an edge guy. At this time, I don't know Terrell Lewis. I'm going to start my list and start doing my research tomorrow. There's a few guys in the draft that I know because I'm a fan of college football, but I don't have the specifics yet. The guy that I know that everybody would love to have is number 11 for Clemson. His name slips my mind right now, but that guy lines up everywhere. He lines up as a hand in the ground defensive end, a stand-up edge, a linebacker, and a safety. Simmons is his name. That kid right there is amazing. Next one. We need another speedy wide receiver with hands. I agree. I was having a Twitter convo with somebody today about wide receiver play, and I told them that I think we need another speed guy on the edge to help us play against more two safety looks all the time. If we have two guys outside that can run and they still want to play one high, that's the advantage for us. Because especially with the improvement of Lamar throwing the ball. So if we get another speedy guy, they can't play a lot of one high. They have to play two, unless they got like straight lockdown corners that can play man, and then that'll give us more favorable run boxes. So, and like I was telling him, two speedy guys outside, then you can let Snead and the tight ends work the middle, and we should be good. But our offense will progress if we get a receiver that can go outside, and that receiver could be Boykin. We could already have him, and he just wasn't ready yet. It could be Boykin. May not be somebody we pick up in the draft, because Boykin can run and he's a big body. I just hope his progression is at least half as much as Lamar's was from year 1 to year 2. Because I like Boykin. Funny thing is, when I inserted Boykin into my starting lineup on Madden, I started making a lot more plays. And not necessarily throwing to him, but my offense opened up completely. But that's Madden. All right, next one. This sucks. We need separation and pass rush. We do need pass rush. Bad. I think I read something where we blitz the most in the season, but had one of the fewer total sacks. We did the most blitzing of all year and didn't amount to getting sacks. Let's see where else we're at. So this we were talking about my music being cut off. I'm still crying and blasting cocky. You know what? Lady Ram, I was in Nashville the next day after the game, and I saw a lot of Titans fans, and a few that I saw were they were okay, nothing blatant. But I also went to this little restaurant, and I ended up sitting beside a 78-year-old lady, and she was probably the cockiest Titans fan I saw on that whole trip to Nashville this weekend. She was sweet, but she was throwing jabs. Especially when I let her know that I was a Ravens fan. She threw those jabs slightly like a sweet old lady could, and all I could do was laugh at her, because I couldn't be disrespectful. Not that I was raised right. Going to the next one. I wasn't crying, but I was upset. I was bothered. Harbaugh didn't have him prepared. You could say that. It could have been a bunch of things. I personally think it was that rest. I personally think it was that 3 weeks of rest. That's me. The only guy that probably should have had all that rest was Ingram because he was hurt. But I like I said, it seems like forever when I went to the game, and they didn't play that week. So that was a long layout for football, man. Long layout. Long. But that's why they get paid big bucks. And hopefully he live and he learn. And when we get the number one seed again next year, they won't sit out like that. They'll, play a quarter or half, and then we go on, so be it. All right. Our wide receivers are young, not trash. I agree with that, Carlo. I'm sorry. Hollywood. Hollywood showed his butt Saturday night. Hollywood showed his butt Saturday night. Like, for real. He had 7 for like 126. And, he looked quick. He looked like he was finally healthy. And y'all know, if you don't know, Hollywood wasn't healthy at the beginning of the year. He made some cuts in that game. He looked like he finally was healthy. And the catch where Lamar dropped the ball between like 3 people. Hey, that's not bad for a running back, especially that throw. And there was a bunch of throws in that game that showed me Lamar got what it takes if we are behind to try to come back. We just didn't get it done in the red zone. But Lamar made a bunch of throws in that game before it was out of hand, so to speak, that let me know that he got what it takes. He got what it takes. All those people saying that he can't come back from being down and whatnot. This effort by Tennessee was, I think, above their head, so to speak, maybe. So he didn't get it done. But I definitely think it can get done, and he has the ability to get done. But we play from ahead so much that he don't have to do that. So why people want him to do that, I don't know. But we play from ahead so much that he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to. Why would he intentionally get down to show you he can throw the Ravens back into a game? Run the ball, play action, deep shots when you got one high. You don't just have to sit back there and throw the ball all that time. I mean, but we won't talk about the 59 pass attempts. Sticking to the chat box. So hurt. We need a big center and a yonder replacement. I say yonder, but I'm sure you're talking about yonder. I agree. We need interior linemen. Now, I'm hoping and praying yonder can give us another year. I don't really know how he feels or what his body can take, but I'm hoping and praying he can give us another year, and that way we can get us another interior lineman. And I'm not going to throw Bozeman off the cliff. Bozeman, for the most part, did a good job in run blocking. But if you've been here for most of the season, I've said we're a very good run blocking team, but we're average at pass blocking across the board. Maybe 1 or 2 guys are good at pass blocking, but as a whole O-line, we're great run blockers. We're average to maybe below average pass blockers. That's why we have to play ahead, because we don't have the guys to do that. And with that being said, I might do that. One of my friends did like a sack count for his team, and like showed who was responsible for each sack. So I may do that, while this downtime is going. But back to the chat box. If you're not a Ravens fan, go somewhere for this. This is Flock Nation. Get them straight. Get them right, 33. Get them right. I appreciate it. Ready to hear about the doggy pass pro and Lamar's attitude when we were down 2 scores. Lamar's attitude ain't bothering me. That's a guy wanting to win and willing to do whatever it takes to win. He may have done some powdish things on the field, but I didn't see any disrespect toward authority, any disrespect toward teammates. I saw a guy that knew that he had to make plays, and he was frustrated because he wasn't making the plays he was accustomed to. That's what I saw on the field. If you saw something different, so be it. Everybody looks at the game through different eyes. We got our own opinions, upbringings, and feelings about way things should go. Now, if you compare what he did to what Stephon Diggs was doing when they beat the Saints, 2 totally different things. What Stephon Diggs did was uncalled for. This man, he threw his helmet, talking out. People had to go calm him down because he wasn't getting the ball. Man, and they was winning. I could almost see if they was losing. I could almost see him acting like that if they was losing. Almost. But they were winning and he was cutting up. So that compared to what I saw on the field from Lamar, there's no comparison. It's apples and oranges to me. Maybe I'm biased. So I heard Coach Greg Roman change the game plan. I don't think he changed the game plan. I think he went away from it too early. And with that being said, let's kind of replay the game a little bit. Um, we got the intercept. Well, we threw the interception. They went and scored. We went for it on 4th and 1. They threw a ball on the next play. So we're down 14-0 or maybe 14-3. Whatever it was, we go down and get a field goal, make it 14-3, I think. Then right before half, we get another field goal, make it 14-6. And we're getting the ball. So at that point in the game, in my head, we're still in the game. It's 14-6. We getting the ball. We go down and score, make it 14-13, or maybe make it 14-14. I'm thinking, we're in good shape. I'm feeling better about the game. Well, we get this second 4th and 1 that we don't get. And the 2 4th-and-1 plays, I think Lamar was trying to do too much. I even yelled it out during the game. I was like, man, what are you doing? You're trying to do too much. And I probably scared other people in the house. He was just doing too much. But then after that, we got him to a 3rd-and-1. I thought we was going to get him out the field. Henry bust that 66-yard run. He busted a 66-yard run. They score from there. Then it starts to get ugly. So, but I'll say that for my video. I got some stats about Henry and the job. Even though it looked real bad, us giving us almost 200 yards, it ain't as bad as it seemed. The end result make it look real bad, but if you put the whole 30 carries together, it's not as bad as it seemed. But that video will come out tomorrow, so I don't want to give it away. Back to the chat box. I need Miles to come back next season looking like Megatron. Yes, I agree, King Tay. Miles definitely needs to put in the work. He needs to go with the Calvin Johnson or with somebody and fine tune his craft. And now he knows what's expected of him, and he knows the things that can get him on the field, and do it. I don't even care if him and Scott go do it, because they're pretty much the same body. We need them to do the same thing. We need a guy that we can get to the 4 and put him out there, and you got the safety got to kind of cheat, and the corner got to be out there. So that's 2 out the box. And then if you put everybody else in the box, we need a guy that can catch a jump ball. That's what we need. We need that, because we need the tight ends in that blocking. And a lot of our goal line touchdown passes, well, red zone touchdown passes from like maybe a 5 in, have been like on crossers. I can't recall us throwing a fade for a touchdown all season. If I have, somebody let me know. I don't remember us throwing like a jump ball fade to a receiver all season. Maybe one to not Chris Moore. What's the other guy's name? Number 11. Seth Roberts. Maybe one to Seth Roberts, I think. But other than that, I don't remember. Miles Boykin has to do more. Yes. Do you think we draft the wide receiver number 1 or in first or second round? Damn, messed up. Where my chat go? Ooh, y'all busy here tonight. I appreciate it. Wide receiver in the first or second round. I don't think a wide receiver should come first. I think it should be an edge guy or an interior lineman. That's where our picks need to. To me, that's the priority of our picks. Edge guy or offensive lineman. I don't know which one should be first, but those definitely should be the first 2 guys. I think we're picking at 28, so we kind of fall down there. But I think it's going to, DeCosta's done a good job so far, so we'll get somebody that can help. And I feel we'll get somebody that's going to help immediately, whether it be, and I think it's going to be an edge guy, because I really think Powell's going to play next year. He was inactive for all games except for one, and a little bit of action he got, he graded pretty well. So I really think Powell's basically red-shirted this year, and they may be grooming him to take Yonder's spot. So I think Powell's going to be there. So I'm going to say we going edge first. I'm going to say we're going with the edge guy first. And whether we sign Judon or not, I still think we're going with the edge guy. Whether we pick up somebody in free agency that's an edge, I still think, now that I think about that first pickup, it should be an edge player. Back to the chat box. Keep in mind the phone line open now. Keep in mind. Isaiah Simmons, when I was talking about earlier. You got film on these prospects? Yeah, big speed guy. Yeah, I got some film. I got some film out there. I'm gonna start dissecting it tomorrow. I got some film out there. I got to make me a list first and kind of see where I want to start with. Last year I was just kind of all over the place, but I think I'm kind of gonna try to do them in some kind of sequence this year. And but I think all my quarterbacks gonna be straight Patreon, because the quarterbacks kind of everybody try to do quarterbacks. So I'll be quick with mine. But I think my quarterback's gonna be straight Patreon, but everybody else gonna be open to YouTube. And I'm gonna make my list tomorrow and probably start working on those films this weekend. It's a little bit more goes into the draft films than these Ravens films, because I got to watch 3-4 games on the kid and make sure I know when he's in and when he's out and write notes and all that stuff. So a little bit more goes into those films than the Ravens stuff. But those films will be for everybody, not just Ravens fans. So that's why a little bit more gonna go into it. See where we at. Borkin has a lot of potential. I don't know if you know about them. How you feel about Chase Claypool and Michael Pittman Jr.? I don't know about them yet. But I'll when I start making my list tomorrow, I'll replay this so I can see it in the stream and put them on my list. And if there's anybody out there that you guys think we should take a look at, put it in the chat box. And matter of fact, don't put it in the chat box. Put it in the comments. That way I can see it. Put it in the comments, and that way I can see those guys' names. I can go back and write them down and try to see, where they fall and whatnot. All right. Borkin and Hollywood need to improve leaps and bounds with route running. I think they will. And I think Borkin definitely needs to do that, but I think Hollywood was not healthy. Hollywood's a good route runner. If you look at the film I did on him, the draft film I did on Hollywood last year, you'll see Hollywood's a good route runner. He was not healthy when the season started. And that's why he hardly ever practiced. I don't know if you keep up with the the practice reports and how they practice from day to day. Hollywood barely practiced. Barely. But played almost every game, if not every game. So and he wasn't healthy. The same guy that was running routes for the Ravens was not the same guy I did that draft video on. So I think the Liz Frank surgery was a lot more than he expected or they expected. But they put him on a pitch count, so to speak, and kept him healthy for a whole 18 games. So, it worked out. And so now he can get fully healthy and he can come back and be that quick guy he was, because you haven't seen the best Hollywood yet. This game Saturday only scratched the surface of the guy that I saw at Oklahoma. Next. I think we need MLB first. Peanuts not the guy. Buys a fort. Don't have a lot left. I agree with you right there. I agree. So, as a consensus, we're gonna say our draft needs are edge, interior lineman, wide receiver, middle linebacker. Not in any particular order. Edge, wide receiver, interior lineman, Mike linebacker. Now, because we good at corner, I think Tavon should be back. I don't know what we're gonna do with Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy should come back for $10 million though. I wouldn't bring him back for $10 million. But that's my deal. Okay, it sounds like we got a caller. Let's see. Yo, who this?
Yes, sir.
Who we got on the phone lines?
Will.
Will, what's up, Will? What you want to talk about today?
What's going on, man? Now, I was just listening to what you were saying about the Hollywood situation. Like, yeah, you're right. I agree with everything you said. It was facts. We ain't seen the best Hollywood, and I love what I seen. He's everything that I thought he would be, and once he get healthy, he'll be all right. But I know I'm with you when we need another wide receiver, but I'm thinking a name keep coming in my head. AJ Green.
He is a free agent.
And it seems like one of them classic Ed Mason, Steve Smith type of deals. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get him, still got a little juice left or whatnot, and he's not relying upon. He's a good route runner. He can help on the fade routes.
Yeah.
He'll kind of, a better catch radius for Lamar. So, what I'm saying? Especially on the outside, you can put him in the slot. Hollywood, you can go inside out. Boykin, he can stay on the outside. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of mix and match Willie Snead in there or whatnot. Because I think they're not going to, I don't think they should bring back Roberts. Even though he played good, I don't think they should bring him back.
Right.
Or whatnot.
I hadn't thought about AJ Green, But and we really can't be Cincinnati when he on the field. We haven't covered AJ Green his entire career, so that's a possible. That's a good. That puts us back in that mode of getting old guys and seeing if we can get something out of them. But he coming off a year off.
Right.
He took out. Did he play week 17? I think he took the whole year off.
He took all. He missed his. He took some ligaments in his ankle, like the beginning of training camp or something like that. And he was able to come back, but I think he was just like, there's no need for me or whatnot.
So now you looking at fresh legs.
Even then, just taking the rest of the year.
You looking at fresh legs. I didn't think about that. I definitely that's one route to go, because I don't think AJ's a has-been. Not yet. But he'd have to pass all the health tests. I don't think he's a has-been yet. I think he's still in the prime.
He most definitely still got, because I remember that the last time we seen him, you remember the 3 touchdowns he put up on us quick?
I do.
You know what I'm saying? It was prime time game. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? He's real big time today. Like I said, it's just one of those classic moves I can see them making or whatnot. And with the first pick, I don't know we need a Mike linebacker.
We do.
That's evident. That's evident. We need a Mike linebacker. But in the draft, I don't know if we can't get the guy from Alabama, Moses, or the other cat from
Oklahoma,
Murray.
Yeah.
Right. Murray.
Now you're right, Murray. That's his name. Number 9 from Oklahoma. That's the guy.
Yeah. We can't get one of those two. Man, oh man! Like, what do you do? And Ed, I'm to the point, man. We need somebody that we can rely upon.
Yes.
We need somebody we can rely upon, man.
Because Judon was missing in action. He was mixing in action in the playoff game. And I know they ran the ball a lot, but still, you'll see, like tomorrow when I put this film out, Judon didn't help us in the run game either.
Oh no. You said Judon didn't help in the run game?
He did not help us in the run game on some big plays.
I only remember his. He's a like Judon. This is my thing about Judon. And see, like I said it once before. Like I'm on Facebook. I said it once before towards the beginning of the season. I said I would trade Judon for Clowney. And people thought I was crazy. I mean, people told me to turn in my fan card. People told me like the whole 9. And I was like, man, Judon, don't get it twisted. I like Judon, but it's like Judon he's more of a system player.
Judon's a Robin. We need a Batman.
Right. You know, and you said it perfect. You said it perfect with that.
Yep.
So like, man, I don't know, man. And then I'm hearing the whispers about the Jamal Adams deal. You know, like because they tried to trade for Jamal Adams, and it had to, in order for them to kind of go back and forth with it, they had to be talking about a first round pick. So I don't know how serious the Costa gonna be in the far as using that to bring him. What you think about that?
I think we got other needs other than safety, because if you think about it, we got Earl locked up, and then if we can get linebackers, Chuck can go play safety. Because I think Chuck played a little bit too much linebacker for my liking to be as small as he was, and he played it hard. He played it good to the best of his ability, but I think he played too much linebacker for his size. So I think if we gotta get a big body, we gotta get a Mike. I mean, we gotta have a Mike or edge guy on defense, and the interior guys can kind of cover them up. Let me see, because I would keep Pecco. I would try to keep Pecco. And I know B Will's a free agent, I think, or Pierce. One of them a free agent. B Will up Pierce, one of them. But we got to get somebody to put beside them.
You got to get Pierce back.
Yeah, we got to get somebody to put beside them. to keep the linebackers free so they can roam. But we got to get a 3-down Mike. You got to, because Chuck did a good job with the green dot and and coordinating and being on the field. But I think he needs to play more safety, and we need a for real Mike in there that can play all 3 downs.
Right, most definitely. And then another thing, see, man, I can that guy gonna call in. I'm gonna call in.
It's all good.
You know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. But cause back in what you were saying, and people make it seem like, Derrick Henry, he's the monster, he's the beast, and da da da. I'm not gonna lie. He broke on some, but it wasn't as it seemed.
You know what? I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna wait till my video came out, but I'm finna go ahead and tell you these stats. Give me one sec. All right, here we go. He had 30 carries for almost 200 yards, right? And check this out. And I'm gonna give you a peek of the video for tomorrow. He had 23 carries or 5 or less yards. He had 30 carries. 23 of those carries were 5 or less yards. So that's why I say everybody, was talking about how he ran. He did. He got almost 200 yards, which is fine and dandy. 23 of those 30 carries were 5 or less. So for the most part of the game, they did their job. He just had 3 big runs. He had a 27, a 66, and a 23.
That's it.
That's crazy.
That's the only thing. And like people, and it's easy to tell. Look at the first down.
Right.
They only had I think they only had 8 or 9 first downs. That's not running it down nobody's throat.
He had them 3 big runs.
When we was in our character, because I don't know what the hell that was these things Saturday.
Right.
But when the real Ravens were running it down their throat, man, it's time to have 20-some first downs.
You're right. Easily.
Yeah, that's real deal. That's real deal. Running it down. You go controlling the clock.
Exactly.
So we had these cats beat on every statistic that mattered except for points.
Yep.
We took them in first downs. We took them in yards. And people not giving Lamar his credit, man. You out here with Hollywood Brown with a Liz Frank injury. He ain't even 100%, and he played like a G.
Yeah, he cut up Saturday.
You know what I'm saying? Man, what?
He cut up Saturday.
And you had Mark Andrews, who I think wasn't all the way right, but hey, he was out there.
Mm-hmm. And
you got Shelf Robert, and it's like, there's no shade on these cats, man. And this is why, this will kind of piss me off about how the media try to portray Lamar. Lamar ain't out here with all pros now.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the comment the dude online was talking to me about. Saying we don't have no dogs. And I agree with him. But Lamar he ain't out, like you said, he ain't out there with all dogs. Go ahead.
You're not out there. You're not out there with all pros, man. And this is the thing that people don't understand. Like, when Pat Mahomes took over the Chiefs, it's a playoff team. Caps was already established. Andy Reid. When Lamar when Deshaun got there, he inherited an offensive-minded coach. He inherited an all-pro receiver.
Yep.
You know, in a quarterback-friendly offense. And now don't get it twisted. Now, Deshaun, he's great in his own way because he knows how to extend plays, and I'm not gonna take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. But you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of these people, they have these all-pros set up. Jimmy G. You know what I'm saying? All these. Man, when Lamar took over, we missed the playoffs how many years in a row?
No, he made them 2 in a row. Made them 2 years in a row.
No, I said how many times before Lamar? Lamar, we missed what?
I can't remember us being in the playoffs since 12. That's about 5 years?
then he did, before he started, we went 4-5. This man, in a year and a half, we talking night and day. And it's like, look at us now.
Right.
Look at us now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we coming up. We can't even hit the tip of the iceberg yet, because we got this money coming up. Like, we at 30-something million. I think we at 30 million right now. The money goes up the year after. Like, they're going to be able to really, like, the costume, they got a chance to really build something for, like, the next 5 years.
Yeah, we do. But, I appreciate the call. A few people in the line behind you. This is a great call, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be going live a lot more with this over with. And make sure you call back, man. I appreciate it. Big time call. And I appreciate your support, too, brother.
Okay, most definitely.
That was a great call right there. Great call. Let's see, I got another call on the line. 540. Who's this?
Sean, man.
What's up, Sean? What you got for the show, buddy?
Hey, man. I think we came out there balling, man. I think like you were saying, Lamar ain't playing with no dogs out there. One thing, I think Tony Jefferson could probably be possibly moved just because Chuck Clark played so good at safety this year too as well.
Yeah, I think that's just a matter of time.
Yes, sir. I can see us bringing Jimmy back, but I think it's only if he take a less deal than $10 million, and it'll probably be like a 2-year deal or something like that.
Yeah,
he retire Raven.
Exactly. He got a big. I was looking at the free agents before I started, and he got the biggest number that I saw at $10 million. So. And I would love to have him back because, injury or anything. And we, if we keep Jimmy, we run out there with 4 corners. Everybody in the NFL can't do that. Tavon will be back. You have Marlon, you have Peters, and Jimmy. You run out there with 4 corners. That's good right there. That's real good.
And to be honest, if we do that, I feel like the pass rush need isn't going to be like a big factor, but we still need that pass rush just for the simple fact. Them coverage sacks, we was getting a bunch of them coverage sacks this year.
Right, and again, like I said earlier, we blitzed the most in the league, and we were in the bottom in sacks. And the only reason we ain't, our defense was okay because the back end. Them guys on the back end did their job.
Yes, sir.
What you think about Earl Thomas this year?
Say again?
What you think about Earl Thomas this year as a whole?
I think Earl did okay. I think it was his first year in the system that he wasn't comfortable in, but I felt like he did okay for what we were expecting. I feel like we should have played him like how we was doing the first couple games, a little bit over the top, where he was making them plays. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I feel like he adapted well to the system that he wasn't used to.
Yeah, because like he said, he normally just played cover 3 and play free safety. This year, played around the line of scrimmage, got a couple sacks. Hell, he got a sack in the playoff game, and he was able to kind of roam a little bit. So I think he was a good pickup, and we gonna get the best out of him before he hit that drop off point, because I think he's 30.
Oh, most definitely.
So we'll get a good 31 and 32 out of him, and then I think he might start to lay it on down. But I think all these contracts we gonna give out gonna be in line with Lamar's contract. I think everything we do gonna be in line with Lamar's contract, because he gonna have to get paid when his time comes. So all these veterans we pick up gonna have like 2-year deals, maybe 3 years at the max. So they'll all fall off the books when it's time to pay Lamar.
Yes, sir. One more thing, and I'm gonna let you go, man.
Okay.
Gus Edwards, man. We should have used him more in that playoff game, man.
Yeah.
First run go off for 19 yards. We used him 2 more times, and he was no show after that.
Do you know how many total carries we had?
Say again?
Do you know how many total carries the running backs had that game?
The running backs had, I believe it was 12 carries total that game. It's not under like 1 or 2 carries of it.
9.
9 carries. Yeah, Gus had 3, and then Mark had 6. If I'm not
That's
mistaken,
right. And Justice didn't have any. Justice caught a ball or 2 maybe.
Yep.
So I agree with you.
That's trash, man.
Right.
That's unacceptable.
Like somebody said it earlier in the
So that's
chat
all I
box.
got.
It's about the game plan. I think the game plan just he abandoned it too fast. That's what happened in my opinion.
Oh,
He abandoned the game plan too
Greg
fast.
Roman panicked. Greg Roman panicked. And one thing that I noticed this year too,
Mm-hmm.
his game plans changed for the lesser competition or lesser competition that he think of.
Mm-hmm.
Any less competition that we play, he passed that. But any good teams, we run heavy in them games. It's not balanced.
And I feel like we should have
That's
been.
all I got for you, man. Appreciate the listening.
Okay, I appreciate you, bud. I feel like to answer his last question, I feel like we should have ran the ball a lot more. A lot more. That was crazy. But I'm gonna bounce to the next caller. So I appreciate you calling. All right, let's see what we got next. 443. Who we got on the line?
This is Daz right here from Baltimore, for real.
What's up with you? How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling alright, man. I'm just finally recovering from the loss, you know.
Yeah, I think I finally got it all up my system too.
I just felt like with nobody saying, even from Stephen A. to Kellerman to everybody, there's nobody mentioning the fact that he had to play that whole game without his two best targets. Andrews was hurt the game, and then Ingram didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
If he for 2-3 carries, I mean, you know, that's big trust right there. Without big trust, it was like the whole momentum was thrown off.
Right. I just feel like even if Ingram wasn't 100%, I felt like Gus could have got us through and did what we needed to do. But he didn't. They didn't even give the man a chance to carry the load. I feel like Gus, you know.
No, they didn't. For some reason, ain't no way you get into that game and you can say 59 throws from Lamar had to been the game plan.
That's ridiculous.
And even when you get to halftime and it's 14-6, at that point in time, Harbaugh has to make the decision.
Yep.
This is when coaching come into play. You don't get down into their territory on 4th and 1. You don't go for it right then and there. You take those three. The point of having a Justin Tucker on the sideline, paying him as the highest paid kicker, is for what?
That makes it 14-9. That changes the game.
That makes it 14-9. And then when you get to those situations, you don't have to try the 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to press when if you take the points that, first of all, you know your offense not in the rhythm. You have to get some type of rhythm going.
Right.
And watching that game, it was just sad from start to finish. And I can't just put it all on Lamar.
Oh,
because it
definitely
wasn't
not.
all on Lamar.
Definitely not.
He hit the Roberts in his bread basket.
I know. That ball got to be caught, man. And if he catches that ball, he scores.
That was a touchdown right there. He hit him, and it was like Seth Roberts was so surprised that the ball actually made it through the defender that like he was more surprised that Lamar made the throw than anything.
Right. Like he didn't think it would get through.
Hey, I'm just like, out of everything, man, I'm just like, that wasn't like the other caller said. It didn't seem like it was the same team. And once we got down 14, they made it seem like Lamar was incapable of bringing us back, but it wasn't just his fault, though.
Right.
That game showed us, if it showed us anything, it showed us exactly what we need for next year.
Exactly.
We need better receivers. We got to let go of, Willie Snead got to go. I like Snead, and I know what's name like, but since Flacco, he's always dropped passes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me Seth Roberts is going to be the man. And I like Boykin, but you got to get a type of Hopkins from like the Texans, or somebody you can just rely on when you need 8 to 10 yards. They're going to be able to run that route.
And I think we had that guy, but it wasn't a receiver. I think that guy is Andrews, but he was hurt. I think that guy's Andrews, but he was hurt.
That's true.
And on the tip ball, I think whatever his injury was showed because he barely got off the ground to catch that ball.
He didn't have no lift.
None.
He didn't have no lift.
None at all.
And that was the thing. He didn't practice what they announced they thought he didn't practice but 2 times the whole 3 weeks.
So I mean, the injury bug hit us, but that's not an excuse though.
No, that's not an excuse. But then he wasn't even using Hurst. And once again, I say that's over the coaching. I don't understand how do they pit Nick Bull in as the receiving tight end more than they put in Hayden Hurst as a receiving tight end.
And Hurst is faster than some of our receivers.
That's the part I don't get. So even that is kind of off balance. I don't get that. Now on the defensive side of the ball, who has to go? Just like the other caller said, Tony Jefferson has to be the first one on.
Yeah.
You have to move on from Brandon Carr. You have to find a way to be able to get some pressure coming up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to get rid of, I'm not going to say you got to get rid of Jimmy, but I feel as though a couple of them, you got to get young and fast.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Kansas City and that receiving group, if you can't keep up with Kansas City receivers, you're not going to cancel Christmas.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. Name me a team in the league that can keep up with Kansas City receivers.
I think, to be honest, we could. With Tavon Young coming back
No,
next
I'm
year,
talking about currently.
Currently. And Peters coming back, I think with that 3 set right there, because we already locked up Peters, you got Humphrey, and we're going to have Tavon Young. If Mon Marshall or Averett develop just a little bit, or you can bring in a free agent, we would be the perfect team to stop them.
Listen, that's 3 corners. They got 4 speedsters over there.
3 corners.
They got 4 speedsters over there. They got Miko Hardman. They got what's the real fast one? I can't. Tyreek Hill. They got Sammy Watkins. And the kid that was dropping all the passes early in the game, number 11, all them boys can burn. All like somebody just put in the chat box. All them boys run under 4.4. And we ain't even talked about Kelsey yet.
And don't forget the running back.
Oh, shh.
Don't forget the running backs that come out of the backfield running 30 miles an hour. Catching a pass. So, I mean, they're going to be a problem. So you have to adequately prepare your defense for seeing them in the playoffs. There's one thing about Lamar, I can tell you right now, there is no going back for Lamar.
Oh, no.
Lamar is only going to get better.
Yep.
There is no, we're going to miss the playoffs the next 2 years. No, this is not Flacco we talking about.
Right.
When they realized that Mark Ingram was definitely key to why that read option worked that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you can bring in another running, like I said, I don't know why they didn't use Gus like they should have.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can find another running back comparable to Mark Ingram, then that right there to set the Ravens up next year to go even further than what they did. You've never seen a team run like that.
Exactly.
200 and something yards a game. That's unheard of.
Yep. I agree with you. I got not to cut you off, I got one more caller that's been waiting for a minute, and I want to try to get to everybody before this hour up. And I appreciate you calling in. And when we start this draft talk, and you definitely call back, and when you find guys that you feel like I should take a look at, put them in that chat box or DM me on Twitter and let me know. Yeah, this is gonna be a group thing, and I'm gonna see if I can get film for them guys and get it out there. All right.
All right, guys.
I appreciate you.
No problem.
Let's see, we got one more that's been waiting for a minute. See if this is it. 857. Who we got on the line today?
You got the Iron Addict today, baby.
Okay, what's good? Woo woo. What's good, Big Trust?
Ain't nothing, man.
I appreciate you for holding.
I put a number up there so you know how to hit your line.
Yeah, I appreciate you holding.
Oh, no problem, man.
What you got for the show?
No problem, man.
Okay.
Do not fall into the media's panic. That's none of our business. Yes, we fell short in the playoffs, but we're still a very young team. There's barely anybody over besides Yonder. Everybody's fairly young, 22, 23, 24. It's a young team. I know we were very competitive, but if you really look at it, we were rebuilding or retooling.
Right.
In a sense.
We're ahead of schedule.
We're ahead of schedule, exactly, because usually after a big draft like we had, you would have a dip in the season. It would probably be like an 8-8, 9-7, somewhere around there. But we actually excelled. Now with all of those guys as well with playoff experience,
right,
we're now in a whole nother plethora of talent.
Preach.
We're gonna be all right.
Definitely.
We're gonna be a-okay. We're gonna be a-okay. I know this loss hurts. It sucks. Like I put in the chat box, that whole day, my whole vibe was off. The vibe wasn't the same.
Mine too. For a good 24 to 48 hour period, I was not me.
Yeah, that wasn't the vibe. That wasn't the vibe. So I just say, we take it on the chin. All right, you guys got us. Because as I told you on a previous stream, I work with a whole bunch of Patriot players. Patriot fans, but I live in New England. You know what I'm saying? So of course, I had to hear it. But the good thing is I don't talk trash because it's any given Sunday.
Right.
But the simple fact of the matter is that we have all the necessary weapons we need in crucial spots. We just need to make some additions.
Right.
Like the caller just said just a while ago. Great points. Great points. Shout out to him. I didn't catch his name. Shout out to him though.
We're nitpicking this roster right now, but our roster's pretty good.
Yep.
We nitpicking the heck out of it, but our roster's pretty good, and I have a lot of faith in DeCosta for him not just sitting on his laurels and accepting whatever the season was. He went out and got guys that contributed, and they didn't just pick up special team guys. He picked up guys that made a huge difference in the game. Because I shout out to Fort, Vines, Pecco, Peters. Ward, them guys played a lot of minutes, a lot of snaps. They were vital to the team.
A lot.
Vital.
And they helped us get to where we got to.
Yeah. Because to give up them 200 yards to Cleveland was you can't do that. Not to Cleveland.
You can't do that. Exactly. And it's great that DeCosta knew that from jump. Like, nah, I'm not doing this one.
Right.
This is not the ticket. This is not the ticket.
At all.
And the great thing that I like is the fact that we all are young, man.
Yes.
We're all young. We're young all over the place.
Yep. With the exception, like you said, with the exception of Younger.
Yep. You move a Brandon Carr. You put in a Deshaun Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
You still keep Earl Thomas and Chuck Clark at safety.
Mm-hmm.
We get Tavon back. We got Iman. We got Humphreys. We got Peters. We're probably going to add another corner.
Yeah.
Like, we're still there.
Right. Because now I forgot about Marshall. You add Marshall to that mix as a corner. That's still, 4 decent guys. That's 4 decent guys.
Yeah. That's 4 really good guys.
And that's moving Jimmy out the way. That's taking Jimmy's $10 million off the books. You got 4 good guys at corner.
Yeah. But the part that killed us this year, and it showed up in the playoffs, is our defensive line.
Yep.
We have had a weak defensive line for a little bit, but we was able to cover it up with Suggs, Zadarius, and Michael Pierce and Brandon Williams. We were able to cover it up for the most part.
And what we did last year, we would take we would put one defensive lineman in the game, like one big defensive lineman, one interior lineman. Then we'll put all our rushers in, and that's how we was able to get pressure last year. So that's part of that cover up.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about Wink, and I'm glad he didn't get a head coaching job because now he's mad.
Yep.
I know he's mad.
Yep.
That his defense gave up 100-yard rusher in the what?
Almost 200.
What? Oh, he is livid.
I bet.
And that goes into the comment I wanted to say is that I personally, cause I know you heard about the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
How the Ravens coaching staff will be coaching the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
I think that's another strategic move by DeCosta, man.
Yep. Yeah, to rub elbows with those potential free agents.
Let's evaluate these Pro Bowlers and their talent. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who we gonna pick up. Who would work with our coaching staff.
Right. Who would fit in our team, right?
From what I've seen, like he doesn't do moves for no reason.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think gonna help us the most in free agency? All those videos of Mark Ingram having fun on the sideline. I think that's gonna help us in free agency. So whoever's behind the Ravens media did a great job of recruiting.
Oh, most definitely did. I'm not gonna lie. I can see Robbie Anderson coming to the Ravens.
That's the Jets guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he could be an outside guy.
He was too friendly with Lamar while he was signing his jersey.
Yep. Because I mean, and
he was too friendly.
You'd think free agents wouldn't want to come after last year because he didn't throw the ball well, but after this year, it's gonna be some interest, and it's not just gonna be us reaching out to them. They're gonna be reaching out to DeCosta.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be interesting.
It's kind of like we got the supply right now.
Mm-hmm.
We just need the demand. Just come on.
Yep.
Just come on in.
That's it. That's exactly right. And the only other team that may have juice like that. Only other team may have juice like that is Kansas City, and they loaded that receiver, so we don't need that.
Oh man, they're dirty. They're dirty at receiver right now, man.
Yeah.
They're dirty.
And I know this is a Ravens stream, but at no point in that game, even when it was 24-0, did I think they was gonna lose.
Exactly.
No point.
It wasn't. Because my whole thing about like, all right, all we need to do is get this one little thing going here. We good.
Yep.
We good. Not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. I'm not gonna lie. I just started worrying about it until we got into like the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 minutes left. I'm like, all right, we need to go back to back now.
Right.
But prior to that, I wasn't even worried. I was like, all right, it's fine. Get the rust off. Knock the rust off. We're gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are.
We got away from it.
Because I saw a comment in the comment section earlier saying Lamar was hesitating to throw the ball a little bit. I agree to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
When your own line is getting pushed into your lap, it'll make you clutch.
Yep.
It will make you clutch the ball just a little bit, so you can make sure you can get the ball off. So it's actually him trying to protect the ball that makes him clutches, not him trying to be reckless with the ball.
Right. I think that's him waiting for somebody to be like for real open instead of anticipating. Yeah.
Because I'm sure Lamar knows the type of offense we play.
Mm-hmm.
It's we gotta limit turnovers.
Yeah. And we had what, 3?
Limit turnovers, we win.
We had 3, right?
We had 3. Yeah. Fumble and 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of times in there where you could tell like the moment was too big for some of our receivers.
Yeah, most definitely. I didn't think about that, but you hit it on the head right there. You're right, exactly right.
Because there was 9 drop passes, I believe, 9 drop passes, and if you look at where those drop passes were, at least 2 of them were touchdowns.
I definitely know Seth Roberts was a touchdown. Definitely.
So that's why it's like this season is kind of like, man, shucks. But it's also like, you know what? Now the fire's in everybody's belly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not that game. Like if you ever watch those Pop Warner games when that one when the quarterback's like the best person on the team, and they're trying to do so much, and nobody's helping them, and you're in the stands screaming, "Help him!"
Right. Or give somebody else a chance, something like that. Yep.
Somebody scrape over the top.
My biggest issue from the game was those 2 4th and 1s. And not just to forget the fact that maybe one of them shouldn't have been called, But like on the first 4th-and-1, Gus was behind him. And when I was watching the film, it looked like he was supposed to hand the ball off to Gus. And then, even though him not handing the ball off to Gus, Bozeman's pulling, he doesn't follow Bozeman. And then on the second 4th-and-1, they had a guy in the left A gap. They had nobody in the right A gap. And then they had somebody in the right B gap. They had a linebacker maybe 2 yards off in that A gap. To me, that's the natural bubble right there.
Okay, I saw that part. Yeah.
Take the ball and dive right there.
Like 2 to 4 yards off.
Yes. Take the ball and go right there. Why are you sprinting out right?
Because the thing I didn't understand. The thing that clearly occurred to me during this game is like, okay, we don't have the momentum right now. We're trying to regain it. We got to run the ball. We didn't run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I'm like, okay, well, what's making us not run the ball? Is it their front? Don't get me wrong. Casey and Simmons, I believe that's his name.
Jeffrey Simmons.
Tackles on Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah, they was beating Makari up.
Yep.
They was beating him up all game.
And
that's kind of where the problem came in. So the first thing I saw was like darn it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's scoring when you need him?
Yeah.
Where's scoring when you need him?
They were putting Makari in Lamar's lap. They really were. But they ain't the first time Jeffrey Simmons then bit me in the butthole. That's my second loss to him. He was just like that in high school too.
I'm telling you, from I saw Makari getting he wasn't even getting stunted really. It was just bull rush.
Right.
and then he'll hit him he'll hit him with the rip, and then Makari just gets lost in the turnstile. It's like, wait, come on. So now you got an athletic quarterback that has to worry about his safety.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, cool. He may get by him, so I got to be ready to go.
Yep.
And I got to throw the ball and get it off. That's a lot of variables in a football situation.
And keep in mind, I got to throw it extremely accurate because some of my receivers ain't reliable.
What was that?
I got to throw it extremely accurate because some of my receivers are not reliable.
Yep. Perfect. And then it's like, okay, this was another moment for me where our offensive coordinator was getting too cute. Stop being too cute. We are a bully.
Right. We got bullies.
We're not Kansas City. We're not Kansas City. We're better than Kansas City. Why? Because we're better at what we do.
Yeah.
We're better at being the bully. So, for me, once they won the coin toss, Tennessee Titans, in the beginning of the game, and then they punched the Ravens D in the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, okay, this is going to be a fight. And then they had the offense come out and then run the ball a couple times, and then we start throwing the ball. Like, wait a minute.
Right.
Are we in shell shock because we don't want to put our defense back on the field because we can't stop Henry? Or, like, if that's the case, we should be running the ball.
Yeah, exactly. The only way to keep him off the field is to keep the ball.
Did we feel that Makari and some of the O-linemen weren't able to move
Simmons?
the defense off the ball to where we can't run it?
Yeah.
That wasn't the case because when Gus ran it, he got yards.
Yep. Simmons and whoever 99 was a big factor in that. But them being as aggressive as they were, we still could have ran the ball.
Yep.
Still could have ran the ball.
Or like somebody said in the chat box, throw a screen.
Yeah, that too. That
because
too.
What I learned in football is you got to always make the defense play the ball honestly.
Yep.
If you don't make them play the ball honest, you become one-dimensional, and it's over before it even starts.
And that's any NFL defense. It could be the Bengals. You gotta have balance. You gotta have variety. You got to.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get the lead, you can kind of impose your will in the run game, which is kind of what happened to us. Because whoever Tannehill had 88 yards passing, man, 88. 46 of them came on one play. 46 came on one play. It's crazy.
And the thing about our defense is we was able to get
Yep.
So that took us out of our element once again.
Yep.
Because now we're blitzing. When you're blitzing, there is no real gap integrity because you're blitzing.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a question for you.
And that's all Henry really did.
Do you think Earl, the play the play action that they hit us with, to score the long touchdown? Do you think Earl blitzed on his own because he saw a run, or did he just was kind of freelance? What you think about that?
I think with that play,
or it might have just been a really good play action. It might have just been a really good play action.
I think that was more of a choice play.
Mm-hmm.
To where, all right, if you see this guy motion out to this side, it's a go call for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one.
Right.
I would probably have to lean. I'll have to lean towards it was his call.
Yeah, because when I did the film on it, I couldn't. The film don't tell me, hey, this guy wrong or whatnot. All it tells me is that Humphries got turned around. The kid got Humphries' blind spot and he got beat on the route. So I don't know if he thought he had help inside or the film don't tell me. Normally I can kind of figure out what coverage is supposed to be. That play I can't.
But that play, it kind of looked like it was like a 2-man under.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it kind of looks like that. But for Humphries to get caught with that step, that was off-putting.
Yeah.
That was off-putting because he doesn't get caught with that usually.
At all. That's what makes me think something was busted somewhere because he normally plays pretty. He normally plays mistake free normally, other than like holding or face mask something like that. His penalties normally come off effort. Technique wise, he normally is sound.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why I kind of think it was kind of like a man zone concept because he was on him, but when the receiver stuck his foot in the ground to go to the corner of the end zone, Humphries bit.
Yep. Hard.
And then he got him turned around, and the guy just pretty much rode the seam all the way up.
Yeah.
That wasn't a hard play.
Hey, let me cut you off. We got a super chat right here. Let me make sure I check on that. It says on 4th down, trying the 3rd. Is there any chance LJ was supposed to hand the ball to Gus? It really looked like that to me. Josh, I spoke about that 5 minutes ago. I think Gus was supposed to get that ball too. I really do. Because why was he even behind him if it was a quarterback run? He should have been one of the blockers. I really think Lamar just took it upon himself to keep that ball and try to get that first down. And which, to me, that would have been the first time I've ever seen him, dare I say, be selfish. To me. But to answer your question, I think he was supposed to get that ball to Gus.
I believe that as well. I believe he's supposed to get that ball to Gus, and that's a shame on Lamar's part.
Yeah.
So we can't sit here and say that Lamar played a perfect game. He didn't. As much as I love the Ravens,
he didn't. I agree.
We call spades here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He didn't play his perfect game, but he played good enough to where we should have won.
Yeah. And his stat line is amazing, but I 100% agree with Shannon Sharp. A lot of those yards are empty calories. He got 300 yards passing, he got 100 yards rushing, but a lot of that came when it was 28-6.
Correct.
And they were obviously playing prevent. They really didn't care if we scored as long as it took us a while to score. So and he made some good throws. Now don't get me wrong, Lamar made some throws that make me think, okay, yeah, when next time this happens, he gonna get it done. He fit some balls in some tight spots, especially that one in Hollywood. That the guy, he even hit Hayden Hurst upside the head one time, I think. Hurst wasn't looking.
He did.
So.
It hurts. And then Lamar. This is what I see with Lamar. Watching Lamar in Louisville, watching Lamar on the pros, his mentality is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
His mentality, all right, I'm gonna give you a chance to go get the ball. Just go get it.
Right.
If you get it, I'm gonna keep on feeding you.
Yep.
Like in the games where Seth Roberts will have like 3 catches, X amount of yards, 5 catches, X amount of yards. As long as you show him like, look, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna feed you.
Yeah, if he can trust you.
But the problem came in is when he was throwing it and there was just letting it go, letting it hit the floor. He's like, oh Lord,
All right.
come on.
Yeah.
Like anybody's like, do I gotta do this myself?
Yeah.
Do I? I'm pretty sure if anybody was mic'd up on the sideline, somebody has said that. like, does he gotta do it himself?
All right. It's crazy. It's crazy for a guy to have 300 yards passing and 100 yards rushing and lose.
And lose.
That's amazing.
So for me, it's more like take it on the chin as a loss. And like, all right, we lost, but with this loss, what can our future be?
Right.
Because we can't do nothing else about this yet. I mean, well, this last season.
Right.
So on to the next now.
Yep. All you do is where you're weak at, get strong, and be honest with yourself as an individual, as a team, and just come back and let this taste sit. When you come back to spring, not spring, I'm thinking about baseball. When you come back to camp in fall, these OTAs and your weightlifting sessions and your training with whoever you train with, you ought to write goddamn what was the score? 28-12 on the board everywhere you go.
Yep.
When they start practicing at camp, if it's the scoreboard there, it need to be 28-12. It need to be written. It need to be somewhere so they'll know. Look, we don't want this to happen. We don't want this feeling to happen again. Because I didn't even think we would be I thought we would be like 10-6. 14-2 was overachieving to me.
Before the season, I said 14-2.
You said
I had us losing to the Patriots and to the 49ers.
Okay.
I didn't have us losing to the Chiefs. I had us beating the Chiefs. But only reason why I felt that way, I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why I felt that way because watching all the film, watching all the preseason workouts and the training sessions and everything, I felt that aura. I was playing once again. That vibe, you know, that vibe that you get is like it's there.
Right.
It needs to be like uncovered.
Yep.
And now that's why I respect Marlon Humphreys for his quote.
About them choking?
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know why people was mad about that.
I don't know why they're like, I think people who didn't play sports are mad at that. But me playing a sport and him being that blunt
Right.
is like, you have to have some type of self-awareness.
Like,
because you're going to hear it all season. I mean, all season.
That's
what you're going to hear.
Let me tell you this quick little story about, and obviously you know I coach football, right? Coach high school. Our playoff game, you know, we started off pounding this team, whatever, and we were pounding them. And on the 3rd and 4, I called a pass. Then we didn't get it. On 4th and 4, I called a pass again. Them two plays have been kicking me in the butt since then, because I know I blew it right there. I blew 2 calls that kind of messed up our rhythm and caused us to lose the game. Them 2 calls, that's all I've been thinking about when it comes to my own team since that day. And that's been almost 2 months. Well, what's this? That was the 1st of November. The middle of November, I mean. I've been thinking about them same 2 calls, that situation since then. And all it's going to do to me is just make me better for next year. Gonna make me better for next year.
Man, I tell you. So this message is to all of the real Raven fans. Don't be bandwagon fans.
Right.
We look at our team objectively, and we see how we could get better. This is not about. We don't need Patriot syndrome.
Right.
We need honesty, love, and big trust, man.
Yep. Whoop whoop.
Still big trust.
Whoop whoop. Hey, and it's
Whoop.
and I appreciate you calling, man. This is probably the best calling show I had. I had, you know, a bunch of different callers, different perspectives, and I appreciate you guys calling in. We're gonna do this again real soon. But with that being said, if it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, And any other comments you got, put them in the comment section. Remember, I talked about earlier, all those guys y'all think that would help us in the draft, put them in the comment section. I'll try to, get film on them, check them out, do film sessions, and we'll go from there. But again, like Carlos said, bandwagon people, be gone. All you real Ravens fans, just RELAX. Like Aaron Rodgers said, because we're going to be good. We fairly young. We got a young quarterback, a hungry quarterback, and it's there. It's there.
We're young everywhere.
We had one blip, and we just had it at the wrong time. I would have rather us lost to Pittsburgh, and then had we lost the Pittsburgh game, I guarantee you we'd have won Saturday.
I guarantee that.
Yep.
I guarantee that.
I think that Pittsburgh game gave us a false sense of invincibility.
Yeah. And I saw that a lot from the Ravens fans, and I think that's what kind of got me. Because I don't like bandwagon fans. I'm a real Ravens fan from when we was, I don't want to say trash, but when we weren't the greatest. When we only had defense. Right.
When our offense was trash.
Yes, offense was trash. So, I understand what it's like, okay, bandwagons are going to come, what have you. But when it became overwhelming, it's like, wow, no. Because that's that's our fear as some Ravens fans. Once the bandwagon comes.
Right. Hey, somebody put in the chat box, he said, this shit up here with Lee Evans. And he is. That Lee Evans touchdown / drop still haunts me to this day.
Yes. And I got people telling me, it's not his fault, the bad throw. Man, get out of here. It hit your hands, you should have caught it.
It hit his hands, and he turned his body and took a step or two. But we ain't gonna go back into that, man. I appreciate you calling, and I'm about to shut the live stream down. How long we been going? Over hour 20 minutes. Oh yeah, most definitely. I appreciate you calling in, buddy. And we're gonna shut this thing down right here. As Coach Evans with Sip the Tally Fans presenting Ravens Roundup. Big trust, whoop whoop. We out.
Whoop whoop.